Okay, so we're back again. Second part. Putting the steering wheel back together. So the screws to go fishing, I'm not a good fisherman. They're gone. I couldn't find them. So there's a couple things you could use. You could use one of these, which has got the little claws things. You push and you grab something, but I couldn't find them. So that's one way to do it. Then you got your different magnets. I had a heavy duty one. The thing is, it's not flexible enough. Can't find my one that's really flexible. That's two. So I gave up. I looked at my extra bolts. I found three that worked out perfect. So we mounted that one plate, which would be the multi-switch that runs the turn signals, the lights, and everything. So we put that down as three screws, 1, 2, and 3. That's down in there. So we're going to put the hazards back in. It's a little on the side. It's use a very small screwdriver, and it just goes right up the side here. So you can put your hazards on. It's nothing crazy, it's just a hazard low switch. Make sure it works. Hazards work. Pull back out. So it pushes in, it hits a contact or turns a contact off in that thing, and that's it. It works good, so I'm not going to touch it. The next thing is the little paw that holds it, the stalk to the actual to the multi-switch. So it's all crudded here, so let's get rid of the crud. Another one of these things right here. Yeah, it's all bound up. It's got like grease, so you know what? We'll just put the grease back where it was, but kind of move it around a little bit. So it's not all caked up in one spot. That's that, and then inside where it goes, leave that up again too. So that should be that. Let's put the paw in. It goes in. I think I need my plate. And it goes in a paw here. And then it screws down in here and push the switch up a little bit. It should go in right there. Let's tighten that one down. And that should be your turn signals. It's kind of high, but maybe it's in the on position, maybe it's making a right-hand turn. Yeah, it was making a right-hand turn. So let's make sure that works before we put that all together. Make a right turn, right. Make a left turn, left. All right. So that's how that works inside. So every time you're touching this, it's moving this pad here, which let's put a little grease on that too. So it's working, but on this right here, let's get another Q-tip. It looks like white lithium grease is in there. Make sure it looks kind of smooth. I want to get a little lithium grease on there. Let me go grab some grease. I could use dielectrical grease. Dielectrical grease was really good. Let's put some dielectrical grease on there instead. Try to get it in that contact there. Put this on this contact. Oh, that looks good now. Let's get it in the multi-switch. Let's see if we can put some dielectrical grease down in there. Yep, get it in there. That looks Yeah. Alright, so that all works. Now we'll put down, this piece goes, you gotta put the spring in first. Spring went this way. It hits the top of that bearing. This is gonna go down, and then you're gonna put that C-clip down. Oh no, then you're gonna put the pad down. So first this goes in, and this point was at the top. So this is another contact point, and it applies this plate here. So this contact must go down inside and hit that plate. It's spring loaded. So let's put some dielectric grease on here. I cleaned the pad up. That should go there. Go in a certain area. I think that rotates. That's going to rotate, I think. Let me make sure it doesn't sit in some kind of grooves. There's 2 grooves here. There's 4. There's 2 grooves there, but there's nowhere it has to go in. I guess it just rolls. It's a roller kind of stuff. I guess it just rolls within that. So once you press this down, I'll break it. There it goes. There you go. Now that's good. So push it down and get it to rotate. Because this is going to rotate and it's going to hit the horn pad. So the next piece is going to put this in. And this is the piece that's got to be pressed back down. That center, you have to have it centered in there. That'll go down nice. And that's nice and works. So I'll put back together. Now the hard thing is this little C-clip here. Kind of put it loose on there. Try to get it. With your picks again. Get it started. Get it down as far as you can. That's one landing, then it's got to go down one more. Use both picks and it'll go down better. Pull down one side of the C-clip. Hold down to one side of the C-clip and then slowly push it down. Go around to get that landing out. There it is. Come on. These C-clips are tough, man. They're not easy to work with, I'll tell you that one. Alright, let's try to get this on. This one's hard. Get it started. There you go. And then, there you go. Push it around. Hold it down. Come on, just a little more. Okay, when you put these suckers on, man, if I hold it down with the heavier one and then push it with the lighter one a little bit. There you go, that works on good. It's like you're a dentist. So that one passed the second landing. Now we're gonna hook up the press, and then the horn pad will go on. Nut. So let's put this back on. This is how you put this on to press this down. Go all the way kind of down. Don't go crazy. This will go on. I'll push that pad down. This is the main nut that'll push that pad down. So make sure the pad is going down smooth. Put the nut on. nuts grab. Flip the nut over. It's grabbing hard, but not there. It goes. Now it's smooth. So do it again. Push that down. Make sure it's smooth. So when you're pressing, you're not going to snap nothing. So that should go there. Yeah, couldn't find my knife yesterday. Now I found it. I left it in the truck. Not that I lost it. It didn't look very hard. Let's tighten that up. That should go down enough to put that C-clip in there. There's the landing. You don't have to go too crazy. You just got to get the C-clip in, and you're going to loosen it back up. So you do the same thing. Push that C-clip down till it holds on. These things are tough, man. There we go. There we go. Click in nice. Alright, loosen the tool up. Now your horn pad is all locked in. Well, the mechanism, not the horn pad's over there, but this whole mechanism is down. When you hit the horn, this will activate electricity to go to different parts of this switch, and it should be good. And that's the way it's stocked, and then you go see if there's a fuse and see if there's power to the horn, and you go from there, and it'll activate everything. So I'll put this away. Look how many tools you freaking need just to put a steering wheel on and off. I mean, you need a lot of different tools. And everything is, this one's made by Mac. And this is a General Motors steering wheel. General Motors lock keys. You notice that's the General Motors key, definitely. You know? And you can see this was made for General Motors, so obviously the column is a General Motors column. I mean, it says Chrysler, but that's General Motors. So the next piece is this. That I think goes on. I think it goes on. That goes on. How's that nut? The nut. There's a nut going. The nut's going to hold the shaft on. Oh, this is for the steering after you put the steering wheel goes on that. Okay, so I lined it up and I marked it. So we'll mark it up. Make sure it's contacts are pretty rusty here. Let's clean the contacts up a little bit. Let's go over the bench. So this part right here, the contacts are pretty rusty. I'm going to try not to get rid of that mark. I remember that. But these contacts should be nice and clear because that pad's kind of come down. I cleaned this all up. I cleaned inside, and then there's an insulation in there with the screws. So as you push the horn pad down, it should push that. I forgot exactly what it pushes at. It pushes one contact to another contact, and then it grounds out the steering wheel. So this might be a ground, not a power. And you're already gonna have power at the horn. This might ground the horn out, which is metal on metal. So if this is gonna go on top of the steering wheel, it should have a nice contact, which it does not. Let's clean that up. Let's go over to the bench. So I did inside that pad I just showed you. I'll show you right here. Inside this was really rusty. So what I did is I took a couple different things. I took one of these wheels first and I went inside. That worked okay. But then I took a wire wheel on this. Go slow. And I wire wheeled inside this way as best I could. After I was done, I took just normal steel wool and then I went in there and cleaned it up fine. That worked. The steel wool worked great. The old-fashioned steel wool. And then on the other side, you want to hold these screws in. The other side, you need to clean that plate there and all between. Get the whole thing clean so you're gonna know you're gonna have a good contact at the steering wheel. As for the steering wheel, let's clean that out. I knew that was gonna happen. Grab. I'll tell you, when these wire wheels catch something, gonna tear it up. So get rid of that rag. There's nothing crazy about this steering wheel. It's not like beautiful steering wheel, but let's kind of get it to make it look a little nicer. Before you put it all back together. This is just normal steel wool. The pads is going to hide that. Holes. While it's off, might as well do the back side. And then the actual steering wheel is like a heavy piece of steel with a vinyl coating. We'll have to clean that up, and that should be good. So let's try to put this all together and see what we got. So let's put the parts in there. Now I know what I did, and I know I screwed up already, but that marking I put down, I guarantee I cleaned that mark right off by accident. I should have been paying attention more. Yep, I did. So you're going to want your steering wheel this way. Oh no, there's a notch. Oh, there's a notch. And there's a notch. Oh, see, there's a little notch right there. And then there's a notch right on the center of the there. So that's your alignment of this shaft. So there was a main thing, and actually my line is right there. Okay, your steering wheel straight. Let's bottom it down. So tighten this nut up. This is one of those ones that have like that bevel out a little bit, and it's gonna catch the threads, prevent it from backing off. Oh, this is the same one. Socket seems to be loose. It can't be right socket. It's a little loose in the socket. What do you lose the socket? How the heck would it? I'll just use the socket. I think you can see what I'm doing here. That's good. Alright. So that's it. And then the pad here goes down. I don't know if there's a certain way it goes on. Well, you got 3 screws. I don't think it goes on a certain way. It hits. No, I don't see it going on a certain way. Other than, no, it goes on anyway. Put that pad right there. Tighten up the screws. Keep them all loose because that it's going through like a piece of insulation there, and tighten them up evenly. You get it all in there. Little by little, go all the way down because the horn should work now, but I don't think it does. So it probably has bad horn. They go bad all the time, or bad fuse. So see if you have power there. This pad has to be nice and free. good there, but why is it off? It's good there, but it's here, it's hitting hard. I don't like it. Why is it doing that? Here's good. Let's tighten it down. Maybe it makes a difference. If that's all the way down, how's it really gonna move? It ain't gonna move. So no, something's wrong. I think that's something wrong there. Let's take it out and figure out what we did wrong. Maybe this notch has to go somewhere. I don't like that. Something should be loose or tight. I don't know. Let's do that over again. See if we can figure it out on here. Alright. Well, you can turn it 3 different ways until it works perfect. Then you know you got it. That's one way with the notch down low here. So let's try something different. Okay. That's that. That's pad is there. Oh wait. That has to go there. And then how's the screws gonna mount? The screws won't mount. So you gotta get something wrong here. That's gotta go there. Let me turn that off and try to figure out what's going on with that. Lower the radio and turn the heat off. At least I turned one off. I think the other one will probably go on in a second. So, what's going on with this thing here? Okay, you got 3 screws, an insulation, and this pad has to go through. I don't see anything special about this whole deal. I don't see anywhere where it has to go a certain way. But that notch has got me a little confused. Why do you have that notch on the bottom? It hits that pad. I don't see anything special. Other than I got this right. It has to be. Let's just put it together and figure out down the road what am I doing right or wrong. I got it down. Alright, we're just gonna put it together. No, that has to hit here. It doesn't matter where it hits on there. I'm gonna put the notch to the top. I don't think it makes a difference. But we're gonna put it to the top. We're gonna do the same thing again. I think it should bottom out on that these things so this actually moves. That's what I think. Because you got that plastic grommet there. It's gotta be spring loaded. I don't want to be driving down the road with the horn on the whole time. You see, once you tighten it up, it just barely moves. How else is it supposed to go together? See, it's like solid. What are you pushing down? It don't really make any sense. That's not gonna work. We got something going on wrong here. It has to move up and down. What could be wrong? What could be wrong? Let's see. wait a minute here. Maybe. Well, that's two spots that are notched out that I moved the ring around. Last time this was number 3. So, does that have to go there? It can't go in. It can't go this way, can it? I don't think it goes this way. Screws won't be able to go that far. You can't go this way. What the hell will that do? No, this had to be this way because it was getting a lot of rust. This plate has to go here. Plate kind of just Did it go the other way? That might be it. It's got a little bit of, that might be it like that. Yeah, that's it, like that. So let's put the notch to the top again. Okay, now when you do that, you use all the screw holes. You can't get to the screw holes. So if that one's there, if you move it there, you still can't get the screw holes this way. Okay. You gotta get to the screw holes. This plate. I guess it has to go like that. We're just gonna put it together and call it a day. Oh, really? Oh, that was good. I don't know. I'm confused on it. It doesn't have much movement. Yeah, it does. That moves. Just enough. And this is the horn missing the emblem in the middle only. Oh, so there's that goes to the top. And that's it. There's your horn. Should be centered in that hole. There you go. I don't think the horn works though. No, horn doesn't work, but you know, now you got your ignition key goes on, you got a turn signal, you got another turn signal, you got a turn signal, and you got hazard light. So you got everything to work, and now we have another ignition switch, another ignition key. So the main thing is, do not put both keys on one ring. You lose one, you lose both. So I'm going to take this and mark it, and we're done. So sorry about the long video, but your steering wheel is back together. Now we can put the door on here, back this one out of here, and I can get on the road for a little while. Peace out, everybody.